For the next 4 months, nobody plans a wedding. Nobody buys a house. Nobody starts a new business. Not because they cannot, but because it is Chaturmas. From July 25th through November 20th, it is the 4 months. It's the spiritual blueprint for inner transformation. This is created by our Rishis to help us grow in ways that aren't just possible during the rest of the year. So in this video, we'll learn what is Chaturmas, this 4 month window. What is it? And why does it begin and end on a specific Ekadashi? And what we should do during these 4 months and how to receive the maximum spiritual benefit from this sacred window. So don't waste these 4 months. Make the best use of these 4 months for spiritual transformation. Namaskar, I am Jyotish Acharya Amit Garg. I've been teaching astrology for over 20 years and I've analyzed thousands of horoscopes. Let's begin. So first, let's try to understand what is Chaturmas. Chaturmas means, Chatur means 4, Mas means month. So these are the 4 months, lunar months. That is a period when Lord Vishnu goes to Yoga Nidra. That is the deep yogic sleep. So Lord Vishnu is laying on Sheshnag, that is the celestial serpent, who is floating in the Kshirosagar, the ocean of milk. And Lord Vishnu goes to sleep and he hands off the charge to Lord Shiva, of charge of the universe. So Lord Shiva becomes in charge of the whole humanity, the universe, the affairs of the universe for these 4 months. And after these 4 months, then Lord Vishnu wakes up and gets back the charge. But most people just stop here. So they think this is the time when Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu goes to sleep. But this is not about Lord Vishnu going to sleep. This is about us waking up. This is our spiritual awakening. Now, for a minute, let's discuss astronomically what's happening. So Chaturmas is not an isolated festival astronomically and through the season. So first of all, we have this concept of Dakshinayana. Dakshinayana means the southward journey of the sun. That begins on June 21st. That is the summer solstice. So what's happening is there is expansion. Before June 21st, there's a summer period, there's expansion. People are doing things externally. We are doing projects and whatever. So there is expansion in the material world, in the external world, that peaks on summer solstice around June 21st. After June 21st, the shift happens. The tide turns inwards. So the shift is happening inwards. So we are supposed to go inwards. During Dakshinayana, they say we should not idly start any big projects or external things. We should focus more on our internal progress, spiritual development. So that shift starts happening around June 21st. And then formally by this beginning of Chaturmas, that is Devshayani Ekadashi, and I'll mention the specific timing for that. So on this day, Lord Vishnu formally says, okay, I'm handing off the reins to Lord Shiva. I'm going for Yoga Nidra. So that is when this Chaturmas begins. So the sequence is outward expansion before June 21st, that is the Uttarayan, and then the Dakshinayana begins. So the expansion is at the peak. Our external existence at the peak around June 21st, and then we start going inwards. And second thing is a very important concept is even in Ramayana, we have heard that Lord Sri Ram, he paused the search for Mata Sita during these 4 months. Now there is no exact, this is not correlation of Chaturmas, but the idea is this is the period of monsoon in many parts of it. So monsoon, this is the rainy season. And so in ancient times, the wandering monks and sadhus, they would walk from village to village to receive their alms, to receive their food or blessings all year. So, but then these few months, it was hard to travel. And so they would also pause for 4 months. And so Lord Sri Ram, he paused the search for Mata Sita during this Chaturmas. And so that's another connection. So this is all connected. And so Chaturmas begins on the Devshayani Ekadashi and then ends on the day of Prabodhini Ekadashi. I'll mention the importance of these 2 Ekadashi. Now, in between these 4 months, in between these 2 Ekadashis, every major festival occurs. You'll see most of the festivals happen during these 4 months. And I'll give you specific names of the festivals and the dates later on in the video. So watch till the end. We'll discuss all of the major upcoming festivals that you can celebrate. So the journey is, there is inward withdrawal at the beginning of Chaturmas, and then there is spiritual practice, our daily practice, and specific festivals that we do more puja for specific deities. And then that leads to awakening, and that's when Lord Vishnu awakens. And if you see the Lord Vishnu, all the other deities, they reside inside the body or the existence of Lord Vishnu. So when Lord Vishnu goes to sleep, that means all of the Devi Devatas, they are going to sleep. They're going to Yoga Nidra. So that, and again, sleep does not mean just sleeping, doing that. Sleep means going inwards and doing spiritual practice and focusing on our own awakening through the spiritual practice. So that's the significance of Chaturmas. That's the real meaning, and the timeline and the astronomical connection, and also with our ancient, the Ramayana, Mahabharata also, there is connection. So this is profound. Everybody should practice and focus on these 4 months for spiritual development. Now, the Chaturmas that begins specifically on Devshayani Ekadashi during the Ashad month, the Shukla Paksh of Ashad month on Ekadashi, that is the 11th lunar date. And because this year we had Adhik Mas also, which is the extra lunar month was added, so there is some adjustment this year, but normally every year it is on a slightly different date and time. So a couple of weeks before or after. And so this year it's going to be on, so I'll give you the exact timing. So the Devshayani Ekadashi, it begins on 23rd of July at 8:42 p.m. Pacific time in the US. That will be 24th of July in India at 9:12 a.m. So 9:12 a.m. in the morning on 24th of July, that is the beginning of Devshayani Ekadashi. And that ends, so the Ekadashi ends on 24th of July, 11:04 p.m. That is Pacific time. And that would be 11:34 a.m. on 25th of July. In India, the timing again is 9:12 a.m. on 24th of July until 11:34 a.m. on 25th of July. So that's the window, that's the Ekadashi. That's the beginning of Chaturmas. And also the whole idea is it begins on the Devshayani Ekadashi. Devshayani means Sha comes from the root word Shi, which also means to lie down, to lay down. So Shayani means entering rest, taking rest. And so Devshayani means the Devatas, the gods, they are going to take rest. And Ekadashi is, of course, the most pious, the most sacred day for Lord Vishnu, is the natural reset point every month that we celebrate with fasting, or there's more intention and bhava and more bhakti. So that's the auspicious day. And the story goes that during the Vamana Avatar also, this is connected with Vamana Avatar, Lord Vishnu, he put his foot on Mahabali. The king Bali, he was the Asura king. And so he offered his head for Lord Vishnu to keep his foot on. And so Lord Vishnu then put his foot on his head and pushed him into the Patal Lok. And so Lord Vishnu agreed to remain with Bali because he was such a pious, he was such a devotee himself actually. And so Lord Vishnu said he pushed him down to Patal Lok, but he said he'll come with him, he'll stay with him, he'll reside with Bali for these 4 months. So that is the symbolically, Lord Vishnu moves in with King Bali in the Patal Lok, and then he hands over the charge to Lord Shiva. So that's the timing, that's the beginning of the Chaturmas during the Devshayani Ekadashi. And the Chaturmas ends officially on Prabodhini Ekadashi, also known as Devutthana Ekadashi. That is during the Kartik Mas, Shukla Paksh, which is the waxing phase of the moon, on Ekadashi Tithi, that is the 11th lunar day. Again, that's very auspicious to Lord Shiva. One of the names is Prabodhini Ekadashi for this day. Prabodhini comes from the root word Buddha, means to awaken, to become conscious. So we literally become awakened on this day after 4 months of spiritual practice. The other name is Devutthana Ekadashi. Dev means the gods and the deities. Utthana is to rise. So literally the Devatas also rise. And so we start opening our books. We open our books, and so to start doing the worldly activities, the weddings resume, the housewarmings resume. And so the pause on all these external activities, on auspicious activities, it lifts, and then we can start doing more materialistic or things in the external world after this whole recharge of 4 months. And the exact timing for Prabodhini Ekadashi, that is the last day of Chaturmas, is In the US, that's on 19th of November. The Ekadashi begins on 19th of November, 5:45 p.m. in the evening. In India, that would be 7:15 a.m. in the morning on November 20th. So that's the beginning of Ekadashi. The Ekadashi, Prabodhini Ekadashi, ends in the US on November 20th around 5 p.m. And that would be 6:30 a.m. November 21st in India. So essentially in India, the timing for this Ekadashi is November 20th, 7:15 a.m. until November 21st, 6:30 a.m. And here is the list of festivals throughout this Chaturmas. As I mentioned earlier, most of the Hindu festivals, the most powerful ones, are concentrated within this Chaturmas, the 4 months. So it begins with Devshayani Ekadashi, and I'll mention just the dates for these here, and I'll have a separate video for specific the beginning time and the ending time, both the US and India and for Europe. But here are the dates, so you can at least put those on your calendar. Devshayani Ekadashi begins, that is July 23rd and July 24th. Then we have Guru Purnima, July 28th and 29th. We have Nag Panchami, August 16th, 17th. And before that, we have the Amavasya, August 11th and 12th. That is very powerful. The first Amavasya of the Chaturmas. Then we have Shravan that belongs to Lord Shiva, August 12th, 13th until September 10th and 11th. And that is the Amavasya. The last day is the Amavasya, September 9th and 10th and 11th in India. That would be the Amavasya during the Shravan. Then we have Raksha Bandhan, that is the Shravan Purnima, August 26th, 27th. We have Krishna Janmashtami, the appearance day of Lord Sri Krishna, that is September 3rd and 4th. And then Ganesh Chaturthi, September 13th, 14th. Again, there could be an additional day in India based on the time difference. So I'll have the specific beginning and ending time for all of these festivals in a separate video. Then we have the Pitru Paksh, the Shraddh, the most important fortnight to honor our ancestors. That'll be September 26, 27 until October 10th and 11th. And of course, the Sarvapittu Amavasya, the most powerful new moon of the year to honor our ancestors. That's September 9th and 10th. Then we have the Sharad Navratri, the Maha Navratri, the most powerful among the 4 Navratris, begins around October 10th, 11th, and then goes up to October 20th. And culminating in the Maha Navami, which is on October 19th and 20th. Then we have the Vijayadashmi, the Dashera festival, October 20th, 21st. Then, of course, the Diwali, the 5 big days, powerful days of Diwali, with the Amavasya being on November 7th and 8th, depending on the time zone. And then finally, of course, the last day of Chaturmas, Prabodhini Ekadashi, that will be on November 19th and 20th and 21st, depending on the time zone. So that's the list of festivals. So keep an eye for those, and I'll have a separate video on the exact timing for those. So that's what's happening during this Chaturmas. We have Lord Shiva, the Shravan, we worship Lord Shiva, and then we have the Krishna's appearance, we have Ganesh Chaturthi, the arrival of Lord Ganesha. Then we honor our ancestors, the Pitru Paksh and the Shraddh, the full arc of the Divine Mother, the Lakshmi's Festival of Lights, Diwali, and finally the Lord Vishnu's own awakening. So that's the Chaturmas. Now, there's a pause on weddings. There is a pause on housewarmings, not to do nothing, but so that we can clear our calendar for more spiritual work, for going within and doing inner work. So things you can do, or all of us can do. One is people take vows. They take shak, vrat, or not to eat meat, or give up one thing, maybe sugar or something. And then also, because the monsoon, a lot of water, rains, some people don't eat or consume. They renounce the yogurt, the milk products, even pulses, some people do. So this is for householders, is the equivalent of niyam. Niyam means a single discipline. You can take a vow to do one particular thing. And for these 4 months, that could be vrata, that means abstinence, or even a mantra. You can start chanting a mantra repeatedly every single day, regularly during these 4 months. And then also, so this is pretty much the period of 16 weeks that you do your sadhana. You can do dan also, donations. You can do japa, mantra recitation. So anything, any spiritual activity we do during these 4 months, 16 weeks or Chaturmas, that significantly gets magnified 10 times, 100 times. So if you walk into July 23rd, 24th with no plan, and you walk out on November, having simply let the months pass by, you will not observe Chaturmas, you will not gain any benefit from this powerful spiritual awakening, this window is for us to withdraw from the external world precisely so we can wake up to our potential, to our spiritual potential on the other side. So make the best use of this powerful, spiritually charged 16 weeks and share with your friends.